Alright, hello. My analysis is going to be on hip hop, and specifically the band I chose was NWA and their song of Straight Outta Compton. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so to start, we're just going to look at understanding hip hop. So we talked about it in the class already, but just to kind of go back through an overview. Hip hop, it contains four main elements that makes it. That's rapping, DJing, breakdancing, and graffiti art. Rap is just like rhythm being repeated over and over again. DJ is when they adjust the music. Breakdancing is a type of dancing, and graffiti art is just it's a type of art usually done with spray paint on buildings. So some other things to understand about hip hop is it has a focus on street culture, which we'll see here in a minute from our band quite a bit, and it tends to talk about a lot of social issues from Black and Latino communities. Alright, so moving on, we're going to look at the band that I chose to do, which is NWA. So they began in the 1980s. Comprised of a group of guys that started out in Compton, California. So just to understand kind of the time frame, they started in a time when gang violence, police brutality, and drugs were kind of running rampant through that area. And in their music, they highlighted a lot of issues for people that were growing up in those low-income areas. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to take a look at the specific members of the group. So NWA had 5 members. The first one we're talking about is Eazy-E. So he was the founder, more the face of the group. Later on, he didn't have much of a career. After NWA split, like by himself, you wouldn't really hear much of him anymore. But the next one we're talking about is Ice Cube. So Ice Cube was the main singer, and so a lot of people likely have heard of Ice Cube before, because after NWA, he kind of got started into his own thing and had his own career. He does acting and did a lot of songs by himself. The next member of the group was Dr. Dre, and he was the main producer of the group, which led to them a lot of success, and he had a lot of success afterwards as a singer and as a producer, mainly as a producer though. Next is MC Ren. He was an additional rapper. All of them were pretty popular. He didn't quite have the same success as some of the other guys. The next was DJ Yella, and he was their DJ, obviously. Okay, so now we've talked about that, we're just going to look in kind of just their music in general. So their music is very aggressive and explicit. They talk about really charged, powerful issues. The lyrics discussed issues like police brutality, racism, social injustice. And another thing is that their music was very influential, not only to the groups that they spoke to, but just to everyone in general. So, okay, and then now we're going to look at the specific song that I chose to do, and that was Straight Outta Compton. So I chose this one because it's probably one of their most popular songs. They had a couple of singles that were pretty popular for this, but this one would have been their first full-length album. It caused a lot of controversy when they released it, just because of the profanity and the explicit lyrics that it had. So, it talked about some social issues that were happening in Compton, kind of able to get that discussion started. And the final note is that it was massively successful, so you'll still hear it today. It's a very, very popular song. Okay, and then we'll just kind of look at the significance that NWA had on the hip hop culture. So the first thing is that they were kind of the start of this new hip hop idea, and they influenced a lot of new rappers like Snoop Dogg and Tupac and a couple others. So that was the main thing. They also altered hip hop culture, whether it was through like the fashion or how they spoke to authority and just being like more aggressive. They kind of had that change. The number or another main thing is that they made hip hop a lot more relevant. Prior to the 1980s, hip hop wasn't really a thing. Well, it didn't even start until 1970, but they were kind of the ones, or they helped assist in making hip hop like very popular, especially for how popular it is today. And